I guess it's time for the long video edition of this. So Seth called me up, said he's got a mower doesn't start, and he thought he had one problem. I think he's got a couple problems going on here, but the unit only has like 90 hours on it, which is pretty low in my opinion. And it does turn over, but there's no fuel coming through the fuel pump. And we're going to use a battery here to kind of test some things, because the halo doesn't need to keep being hit like that, and I can usually get more oomph out of this guy. So normally, if you, let's see if we can get you in here a little bit. Give you tutorial time. Normally, so he had the ignition switch out. He tried to go ahead and fiddle with that. I honestly didn't look to see if this was the OEM one. This looks like an aftermarket one because it doesn't have any numbers on it. I saw one inside the box here, so there's probably nothing wrong with that switch. He was chasing the ignition coil, or I'm sorry, the starting solenoid on this. The starting solenoid seems like it's all right. For whatever reason, there were two long fuses, and something else that I kind of found a little precarious is blue strip wire. It's never a good sign, so I'm not sure. Oh, well, I can see in the bottom of the ignition coil here. That wire fell out, or was out. So well, that sounded a little bit better than what was going on. Can't get that lucky though. Or did that fuse pop? I did, it blew the fuse. So something shorted out in this unit, causing the fuse to short out. So that would make me wonder what got where. I don't even see a blue wire in here. That's why I'm kind of a little concerned about. Let me pause this. I don't have a 20 amp fuse laying around. So, but just putting that ignition coil in there, or that starter switch, shorted that out and blew that 15 amp fuse. So then the next guy we'll go to is a meter, call it an automatic. Let's see what is on these posts down here. So there's 12 volts DC on the post on that. But why? You know what? I wonder if he got some of these wires mixed up. They popped out while he was fiddling with it, and maybe he didn't get them all back in the right spot. Because in the on position, that should not have 12 volts to it. And it, or I should say, in the off position has 12 volts to it. So where did my lead go? And there's no volts now. And then 12 volts out while it's on, off. Alright, so after fiddling with that, that was the weirdest thing ever, huh? So, this switch he has wasn't working. Not sure why. It looks like a well, this switch may not have been the correct one, even though you wouldn't think it. This headlight is a safety switch. Let's see, where'd the other, and the other one that he has was popping the fuse for whatever reason. So looks like he bought this one as a replacement, and that wasn't working for him. And it does look, I mean, it looks identical to this one, you know. So I'm not sure what the scoop is with that, but the one that I have here is also, well, it might be a Cub Cadet original one, but hang on here, I did have it. Now that, of course, now that I hit play, these wires fall out. Huh, that was really weird. Turned over with great ease, and now it's not doing that. Let me just see if this fuse popped. Nope, fuse is still good. Not the right size fuse, but there we go. So my battery is not the best battery. Still a little weird. There's a short in this thing somewhere. Gotta be. That ignition switch, I need to go ahead and see if I can pop the pin out in it a little bit because it keeps sliding out. But I think that the ignition switch did the trick. Battery probably needs a good charging. Sorry you're all zoomed in there, but yeah, this guy only has 89 hours on it. And the reason that it's starting is because I'm using the battery that I should be using in my boat. Hopefully I'll get that thing out this year. Maybe my daughter will actually bring me my other battery back. I had two of those and she was having some troubles with the exploder. So the only difference between these two is the bezel and that starter switch. This was out of a Cub Cadet maybe. Put it in the reverse. Listen, sometimes, hey, no, I don't know what to say. But if you put it in the reverse, position, the unit will start. So at least that was a simple thing, although I spent like an hour and a half troubleshooting it. It's not too bad. We'll see if I'll throw a charger on it, and we'll see if we can I also need to go get an actual the right. I have a mini fuse. I don't have a lot of the large fuses anymore. I should say I have none. Otherwise, I would stuff one in there. And I don't feel like uncovering the boat to look and see if I got one in there. And we'll hook a battery charger up to this and see if this thing holds a charge. Because right now it's deader than a, well, it's not deader than a doornail. But it's dead. So, alright.